Well, we're out here today checking on some food plots and checking cameras. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update as far as our South Dakota trip. We just got back from it a couple days ago actually, and had a blast out there. Saw some beautiful country. I go back in a heartbeat, and in fact, I didn't fill a tag, didn't fill a mule deer tag, and that's really what I went out there to get, was a muley, and unless a monster whitetail walked out. But we're probably, depending on schedules and what all happens in the next month or so, probably going to try to make another trip up there. The last 3 days I guess, we found quite a few muleys and a couple really good ones. So I know during the month of November, it depends on if we can tag out on a buck here in Kansas or not, but we'll probably try to go hit the rut for the muleys up there, and just see what happens. But anyway, this little episode, it's probably going to hopefully be part one, and hopefully we can make it back up there before the end of the year, before my tag goes out. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the little bit of footage we got, and there were some really good deer up there. So enjoy the episode. Well, we finally made it to camp, and this is a sissy camp actually. It's raining pretty good out there right now, and we're driving down the road here. We're actually in the Badlands right now, here in South Dakota, and we're driving down the road just looking for a spot to throw a tent. And we actually just drove by this little spot here, and he had tent sites. So we pulled in and talked to him for a while, just trying to get a game plan for some public land to hit. And he's like, well, I've got little cabins out there. And so, we've got electricity and we're out of the rain. So we'll stay dry for a couple nights anyway until we decide to go into the Black Hills. But he said there's been a lot of deer being seen around this area, and there's not a lot of people hunting, which we are early in the season. But we've got this cool front. Typically whitetail and mule deer, they love a cool front. And so tomorrow it's supposed to be pretty much blue skies. I think starting tomorrow around noon on, and high of like 60, I think. So should be really good. We're gonna go scout some canyons and stuff, and this is totally different country. We've hunted stuff in northwest Kansas similar to it, but nothing like this. So yeah, we are cheating a little bit. We've got chargers plugged in and phones charging up, and it's not really roughing it. Oh well. No. It is what it is. We'll be sissies for a night or two and then strike off somewhere else probably. But anyway, we're gonna get a good night's sleep and turn in early. I think it's only 7:30 here, so we're gonna turn in here real quick and get up early, make sure the bow's still sighted in, tuned in, get it shooting, and go talk to a game warden or two probably, just see what we need to do as far as permits and everything, and go from there. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the flip side in the morning. put in a lot of miles in the last 2 days. This is day 2 of our hunt. Last night we came to this area, kind of at the foothills of the Badlands. Found a good piece of public in here. We actually saw quite a few deer in this area last night and saw a few pronghorn, but came in here this morning, and on the drive in there were a few deer crossing the gravel road down here, and we've seen, I don't know, probably 15 or so.
15.
Yeah, antelope, 15 speed goats. Hiked, I have no idea how many miles this morning, and just glassed all these little draws and canyons, a couple little creek bottoms down in here with the cottonwoods. But I don't know, man. I mean, we have yet to find a buck. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I think we're gonna go for a change of scenery. We've hunted 3 units now. Yesterday we hunted 2 different units, and today we've hunted this unit. So I think we're gonna move further southwest, or maybe just straight west, and just kind of spend a couple days out there at least. And who knows, maybe on the way out there we might run into some land that we think looks real good. Who knows, we'll just drive a few back roads and see what we come up with. But anyway, it's part of the adventure, and I mean, that's public land hunting for you. You just got to keep grinding out the miles and glassing until your eyes go cross-eyed, but that's part of it. So anyway, I think we're gonna pack up, head on to the next spot. Alright guys, we made it to the Black Hills. Actually, we decided to pack it up this morning and head this direction. We've been in the, I call it foothills of the Badlands, but really it was the Buffalo Gap National Grasslands in that area, and looking for mule deer. And on public land, I think the only deer that we saw was whenever we were driving out this morning, actually, on public land. And there were does and fawns, and I think we may have seen, what, a half dozen probably?
Yeah, half dozen.
Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable. So. Super low deer numbers. Didn't see a buck the entire time. We put in a lot of miles. I mean, a lot of miles on our feet and a lot of miles under the truck. We looked at every imaginable. I know there's deer out there, but I don't know, we were kind of to the point, we just felt like we were spinning our wheels. We didn't know the area good enough, and we were just seeing a lot of deer on private land, miles from the public. And I think what it is the state opened up, I think it was a week and a half ago, something like that, the rifle antelope, and so I think it pushed a lot of the deer into private lands. A lot of people go to South Dakota to chase speed goats. So anyway, we decided to pack it up, come here to the Black Hills, and there's not a lot of muleys, but there are a ton of whitetail. The drive in here, we saw a lot of deer, and it's getting dark now, but before it gets too dark, I just wanted to make sure the bow is shooting good. I'm just going to shoot at 20 because dots on my target kind of going together, and it's kind of cloudy out here. It's getting dark quick, so I'm just going to shoot at 20 yards. Let's go top.
Dead center.
So down in this valley, we found this little meadow down here, down the service road. I don't know how far we are off of a state dirt road, but we're quite a ways off. Haven't seen anybody now. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but we set up this little 2-man tent just a while ago. Kind of up here, just on back here in the pines a little bit, keep the wind off of somewhat, because it does get the whipping down in that bottom. But anyway, whenever we set it up, we've got a deer trail right here behind the tent, so this might turn into a little ground blind. But anyway, I think we're gonna finish getting around and try to get some sleep tonight. We'll probably be here, I don't know, it depends on what we see tomorrow. I mean, we'll probably hike a few miles and hopefully we can find, because this is super thick stuff, if we can find a good deer trail like this one over here, maybe hike it. We might just keep hiking the service road down a little ways, see if we can find a good meadow to sneak up on, and just play the wind down in these ravines. Hopefully find a good deer. You know, I mean, good deer around here is probably, I don't know, but if you find a good 8-point, you know, they don't have a ton to eat, you know, like we do back in the Midwest, in Kansas area. So, you know, typically the deer around here don't get gigantic by any means, but there's a lot of them, and you know, if we can find a mature 8-point, I'll be tickled pink. So we're gonna see what happens and try not to freeze to death tonight. So stick with us. We'll see you guys in the morning. Day one of hunting the Black Hills. Last night we actually, after we set up camp and everything, it was about dark and we went and set a camera up, a little trail camera. Looked like it was, I don't know if it was a water hole. It's kind of dark so I couldn't really tell, but it looked like either a water hole or a mineral site for cattle. I'm not sure, but there were deer tracks all over it. There were a few cattle tracks on it too, but so hopefully they don't mess up our camera. But we're gonna just find a little trail. There's a deer trail over here. We're just gonna follow it up and hopefully find a break and a good clear cut, possibly where they've logged it over the years or whatever, but or a good fire break maybe. And just glass it, just set up in glass, and who knows, maybe we'll come up with a good deer. It's a beautiful country, so I don't really care right now, but it's gonna be fun. We're gonna get after it.